Life often gives us encounters that words cannot fully describe. There are connections so deep that even silence carries meaning. This silent bridge between two souls is built not on conversations alone, but on presence, understanding, and the delicate awareness of each other's inner world. It is invisible to the eyes, but felt profoundly by the heart. True connection begins with presence. Often we underestimate the power of simply being there for someone. Words can be many, but they can also be empty, misunderstood, or forgotten. Presence, however, carries a weight that transcends language. When two souls sit together in quiet, a rhythm emerges, an unspoken conversation that does not require explanation. You begin to notice subtle signs, the rise and fall of a breath, a fleeting smile, the shift in posture. These small details communicate care, attention, and understanding in ways words never could. Presence allows one to witness the other's world without judgment or the need to fix it, creating a space where souls can exist authentically. In this shared stillness, there is an intimacy that develops naturally, a silent acknowledgement that each is seen, felt, and accepted exactly as they are. It is in these quiet moments that trust grows, hearts align, and a bridge begins to form, not through speech, but through the very act of being fully present. Empathy is the invisible thread that connects one soul to another. It is the ability to feel what another is feeling, not through words, but through attunement to their energy and presence. When we truly open ourselves to empathy, we begin to sense the subtle rhythms of another person's emotions, the tension in their shoulders, the hesitation in their movements, the quiet longing behind their gaze. This awareness allows us to respond not out of obligation, but with genuine understanding. Empathy creates a bridge that carries not only joy and celebration, but also pain and struggle, making the connection resilient and real. It requires listening with the heart rather than the ears, feeling with the body rather than the mind, and recognizing that the inner world of another soul is as profound and complex as our own. In this space, the other person feels seen without explanation, understood without words, and supported without conditions. Empathy does not rush or demand. It patiently tunes into the silent language of another soul, nurturing a connection that cannot be easily broken. Shared vulnerability is the quiet courage that allows two souls to meet authentically. It is the willingness to reveal what lies beneath the surface, the fears, the doubts, the insecurities that are often hidden from the world. When one allows themselves to be vulnerable, even in silence, it opens a space for the other soul to respond with empathy and acceptance. This is not weakness. It is a profound strength, a recognition that true connection cannot exist without openness. Vulnerability creates intimacy because it strips away the masks we often wear, leaving only honesty and presence. In moments of shared vulnerability, even small gestures, a glance, a hand resting near another, a breath taken in unison, carry immense weight. Both souls feel the unspoken acknowledgement that they are accepted as they are, without pretense or expectation. It is in this delicate exchange that trust deepens, walls dissolve, and the silent bridge grows stronger, built on mutual courage and the willingness to simply be seen. Patience is the quiet force that allows the bridge between two souls to grow steadily and naturally. True connection cannot be rushed. It unfolds in its own time like a river carving a path through stone. Often we become anxious for immediate understanding or quick responses, but a soul connection asks for something deeper, waiting, observing, and honoring the pace of the other. Patience is not passive. It is an active presence, a willingness to hold space without interference, judgment, or expectation. In moments of silence, when one's soul is processing, reflecting, or simply being, patience allows the other to feel safe and unhurried. It recognizes that meaningful bonds are built over shared moments of understanding, trust, and subtle awareness, rather than in hurried exchanges or forced closeness. By practicing patience, we allow the invisible threads of connection to weave themselves carefully, strengthening the bridge so that it can support the weight of emotions, thoughts, and shared experiences without breaking. Unspoken understanding is the silent language that exists between two souls who truly see each other. It is the recognition that words are often unnecessary when hearts are attuned. A glance, a subtle shift in posture, a sigh, or even a shared silence can convey emotions more deeply than any conversation ever could. This understanding grows from attentiveness, empathy, and shared experiences that do not need to be explained. It allows each person to feel supported and acknowledged without the pressure of articulation. In these moments, there is a profound alignment, a sense that the other soul knows and accepts what cannot be spoken aloud. This form of communication is gentle yet powerful, creating a bond that feels effortless, natural, and enduring. It reminds us that the deepest connections are often invisible, thriving in spaces where thought and language cannot reach, yet are understood fully by the heart. Presence in absence is one of the most profound aspects of the connection between two souls. It is the recognition that true bonds are not confined to proximity, and that physical distance does not weaken the invisible threads that link hearts together. Often, people mistake absence for disconnection, assuming that if they cannot see, touch, or speak with someone, the connection must fade. But the truth is far deeper. When two souls are attuned, their presence transcends the limits of space and time. Even when separated by miles, even when life carries them into different circumstances and routines, the essence of their connection continues to exist, quietly, persistently, in ways that are often subtle yet undeniable. This presence in absence manifests first as memory. Memory is not merely recollection, it is the ongoing awareness of the other soul, held gently in the mind and felt in the heart. Every smile remembered, every kind word replayed, every shared moment of quiet understanding continues to resonate, echoing across the spaces that separate them. It is in these memories that the connection is nurtured, not by new experiences alone, but by the depth of what has already been shared. One begins to notice that even in daily life, thoughts of the other emerge naturally, small reminders, fleeting sensations, the sense of their energy, lingering in familiar patterns or spaces. In this way, absence becomes a canvas for presence, as if the very distance is filled with the intangible yet unmistakable essence of the other. Presence in absence also involves trust. It requires a confidence that the connection is not dependent solely on constant interaction or visible affirmation. Trust allows both souls to live their lives fully while maintaining the understanding that the bridge remains intact. This trust is not blind or naive, it is a deliberate choice to believe in the enduring nature of the bond. It is the recognition that the energy exchanged, the care given, and the empathy shared have created a foundation strong enough to withstand time, distance, and circumstance. In practicing this trust, one experiences a freedom that is often absent in relationships that demand constant attention or reassurance. Absence becomes not a void, but a space in which the connection matures, strengthens, and evolves. Another element of presence in absence is intention. Even when physically apart, one can intentionally nurture the bond through mindful thought, silent wishes, and conscious reflection. This does not require action or communication. It is the quiet acknowledgement that the other exists in your awareness, that they are felt and valued even when unseen. Intentional presence allows the connection to remain active, vibrant, and alive, despite the lack of sensory interaction. It is in this intentionality that absence is transformed from emptiness into a fertile space for growth, for both individual development and the deepening of mutual understanding. Presence in absence also reveals the depths of emotional resilience. When two souls can maintain their bond without the constant reinforcement of physical proximity, they demonstrate a remarkable capacity for emotional independence and interdependence simultaneously. They learn that the other's essence cannot be contained by touch, conversation, or even shared experiences alone. Rather, the connection is sustained by the inner alignment of energies, the silent recognition of shared values and feelings, and the unspoken commitment to honor the space and individuality of the other. This resilience is cultivated in moments of longing, in times of solitude, and in the gentle patience required to hold the connection tenderly across distance. In addition, presence in absence teaches the art of subtle communication. Even without words, gestures, or physical signals, one can sense the other's state, intentions, or mood. Perhaps it is through dreams, fleeting intuitions, or sudden feelings of warmth or melancholy that one becomes aware of the other's presence. These experiences remind us that the bridge between souls operates on layers beyond the tangible. It is energetic, intuitive, and profoundly sensitive. Over time, one begins to understand the rhythm of the other soul, anticipating needs, joys, and struggles without explicit expression. This attunement is an advanced form of empathy, one that thrives precisely in the spaces where conventional communication is absent. The beauty of presence in absence is also reflected in the way it cultivates patience, longing, and appreciation. When souls are separated, every reunion, every shared glance, every conversation becomes richer because it is infused with the awareness of absence. Distance sharpens attention, hones sensitivity, and intensifies gratitude for the moments when connection is possible. It teaches that closeness is precious, that interaction is a gift rather than an expectation, and that the silent threads that maintain the bond are as significant as any spoken or visible gesture. Absence paradoxically strengthens presence by compelling the heart to feel, remember, and engage with the other in subtler, deeper ways. Furthermore, presence in absence emphasizes the continuity of energy and intention beyond the limitations of physical space. When two souls are connected, energy flows between them even when they are apart. Acts of kindness, thoughts of support, or silent prayers for the other carry significance and resonance, often in ways unseen and unmeasurable. This understanding reshapes the way we perceive connection itself, not as something bound by time, location, or physical action, but as a dynamic interplay of energies that persists quietly, reliably, and profoundly. The bridge is maintained not by proximity, but by attention, care, and a conscious acknowledgement of the other's existence in our awareness. Finally, presence in absence teaches the invaluable lesson that connection is not possession. True bonds are not measured by constant contact, immediate responses, or physical closeness. They are measured by the ability to honor each other's space while remaining deeply intertwined at the level of soul. When two people embrace this principle, the connection becomes enduring, flexible, and resilient. Absence becomes a testament to the strength of the bridge rather than a threat to it. It is in the silent understanding that the other is out there, living, growing, and yet still intrinsically connected, that the depth of the bond is revealed. Presence in absence, therefore, is not an emptiness to endure, but a profound state of awareness to cultivate. It is a recognition that true connection transcends physicality, thrives in patience and trust, and flourishes in the quiet acknowledgement of each other's existence. It demonstrates that the most meaningful bridges between souls are not dependent on constant visibility or interaction. They are sustained by memory, empathy, intention, energy, and the unwavering belief that two hearts aligned at the level of essence remain connected, no matter the distance. In this way, absence does not weaken the bond, it refines it, deepens it, and allows the invisible bridge to grow ever stronger, carrying the presence of the soul across time, space, and circumstance. In the quiet spaces between hearts, we discover that connection is far more than words, gestures, or proximity. The silent bridge between two souls is built through presence, empathy, vulnerability, patience, unspoken understanding, and the enduring awareness of each other even in absence. It is fragile yet resilient, invisible yet palpable, simple yet infinitely profound. When we honor this bridge, we learn that true connection does not demand constant proof. It exists in the subtleties, the silences, and the unwavering acknowledgement of one another's essence. To nurture it is to embrace the depths of being, to witness without needing to explain, and to love without needing to hold. In this space we find the most profound intimacy of all, the understanding that two souls can walk life's path together even when words are silent and distance stretches between them, because the bridge of presence carries them across all time and space.